So what are we going with?
Rzning.
I like
This
that.
is a podcast.
I'm just gonna go anytime.
With Sims.
We're just two guys.
You want to hear it.
a lot of shit going on.
Listen to it, see what comes out.
I remember the one time that I got paralytic drunk was because of you.
Oh, is that the time you spent at the bus stop?
Yes.
That's the first time I met you.
No, it wasn't. You met me before that, you fool. Yeah, of course it was. You think I was letting some random
remember.
stranger
I'm
put
not gonna
Belvedere
lie,
down my
right?
neck? It was you and Chaos.
I'm not gonna lie, I remember coming at the club, seeing you to the right hand side in the bus stop, and I was like, he'll be fine.
No. So what happened was, I'm DJing at the club, and you've hit me up on a random Wednesday because you were with Chaos.
Yeah, he's a bad
And you said,
Wednesday.
where are you DJing tonight?
Okay.
This is when he didn't have a job or any responsibilities or just being Nick G. This is pre-Nick Goldie days.
Bro.
But yeah,
I
so
don't like to talk about it.
but yeah, so you hit me up and I was like, yeah, I'm spinning at Shanghai with all the students come through. He's like, alright, fuck it. So I've obviously jumped on doing my thing. He's got the bottle of Belvy. He's doing my boy,
Mate.
pouring it down my neck and all the rest of it.
This is when you couldn't even get a bottle carrier because it just wasn't done.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing. You
wasn't
just
a
bought it
thing
at the
at all.
bar.
They used to have to put each shot through separately because they didn't have a thing on the till for a bottle.
Yeah.
That's how long ago this was.
Fucking
They had
hell,
to, so I want a bottle of Belvedere. They were like, okay, that's 24 shots.
Yeah, mad.
They were ringing the alarm for the manager. Like, we need to speak
They
to someone
used
about
to give
this.
you a bottle and a wine carrier.
Yeah,
That's all they had.
yeah.
They didn't have any of these fucking...
No, so
Yeah.
this particular time, I think it's because you obviously DJed at Shanghai as well. They gave you the bottle, but they had the pourer in it. So they just stuck the pourer in it. Anyway, I'm DJing, right? And you've come up and you're doing down my throat and all the rest of it whilst I'm trying to DJ or whatever. Anyway, you fuck off, do your thing. Bruv, the next thing I remember is waking up in the morning. This is me going from mid-set.
I wonder how you finished your set. This is the question.
We'll get to that.
With vocals. With
Mid-set,
karaoke vocals.
mid-set. And then I'm waking up, and then I've woken up in my room. My room's a state. And I'm like, fuck, what the fuck? So and I'm like, where's my DJ stuff? So must have been about 8 in the morning. So now I've woken up and I've panicked. I've just thrown on garms. Well, whatever garms. Like I didn't have a top
dressing
on.
gown.
So I've thrown on my top, right? Thrown on my coat, and I've just like rinsed my mouth out in the sink, and I've gone into town because I'm like, my laptop is not here, and this is the time where I have my uni work on it and stuff. So I was using it for DJing and uni.
Yeah.
So I've gone into town. I've gone to Shanghai, gone to Le Monde, obviously the reception, and I'm like, I'm just here to collect my stuff. I think I've left it here. Searching the DJ booth, nothing. I'm phoning Scott Granger, who was DJing with me. He's like, nah, mate, I remember putting your stuff in your bag, but I didn't give you didn't take the bag or whatever. Anyway, I've cut out losses. This is like a year into me DJing. I said, well, that's me not DJing ever again. I've disgraced.
over.
I've obviously embarrassed myself. My DJ stuff is gone. All my DJ stuff is gone. Headphones. Like I had the flipping. You remember the first beats, the black ones?
Yeah.
I had them. I thought they were gone. Right? Sound cards.
I remember them. Actually.
They were that sound card that I bought was like 300 quid, gone. Laptop gone, uni work gone. I only had a USB in my room with some of my coursework. I was like, I'm gonna have to like work this all back. Anyhow, so I'm stressed. I'm hanging out of my fucking hole on the 25 bus going to and from during rush hour. I was hot. It felt like the devil was leaning on me, bro. So I'm dehydrated, I'm hot, I'm just at this point, I'm just like, I'm almost close to tears, but I'm just like, you know what? That's a harsh lesson to learn, but you know, you come to the realization so you don't break
Yeah,
down.
you just have to accept it.
Get into my room, right? I thought, oh fuck, let me just move this stuff out the way, open up the window. No, that's what it was. I tried to open up the window, I had to move something out the way.
Yeah.
Bruv, the bag's there with all my DJ stuff in it. Every single one of it. However, following weeks, the next day I wake up, when I wake up later on that day, my flatmates are like, yeah, you were fucked, man. They'd obviously gone out to uni and come back.
Yeah.
So they were telling me, basically, I was DJing. I've gotten so drunk I can't DJ. Apparently I played the song 3 times. One song 3 times. I can't remember what it was. And Scott was like, yeah, he's fucked. So Scott just jumped back on.
Yeah.
Now, I've come off the decks. I've gone into the red room. I'm sitting. Apparently, I've sat on the chair, and I've just fallen off the chair. And this is about like 2:30. So the doorman's come up and he's like, yeah, he's gonna have to go home. So they're like, alright, cool, well it's fine. It's 2:30. We'll take him home anyway.
Yeah.
So I've been taken upstairs to the bus stop outside the dome.
Alright.
And my flatmate was like, yeah, you just vomited all over my arm. Like he had me, he held me, he was holding me up. And apparently like, so his arm is underneath my armpit and he's holding me up. And I just went, blah, straight over him, right? And at that point, when he said that, I said, shit, yeah, because I remember KS arguing with him, being like, who are you? Because KS didn't know who he was. So KS came and was like, who are you? And he's like, oh, that's my boy. He's like, that's my flatmate. And the KS was like, yeah, but that's my friend. He's like, no, but that's my flatmate. He's like, and then KS were arguing, and then I think you came, and it was, so anyway, Dave had to carry me up 3 flights of stairs when we get to the house. So they had to flag down a cab without the cab driver seeing me, then bundle me in the back of the cab. Because you know how cab drivers were, they're like, oh, if he's too drunk, he's going to vomit.
Yeah.
So luckily I didn't or whatever. So, yeah. And then they were like, yeah, you played some song like 3 times, and that's when the other DJ took off. So I've opened up my laptop, I've opened up my DJ software. I'm like, right, you know, it logs the history of like what time you played what.
Yeah.
The last song I remember playing was Rude Boy by Rihanna. I left the club at 2:30 apparently.
Yeah.
This song was played at 1:45. I'd been and there was a whole bunch. There was a 45-minute set after that. I said, I'm the sickest DJ on road, bro. I can DJ. I said, if I get blackout drunk on the decks, you got 45 minutes to take over. That's a very long time. Do you know what I mean? So I was just like, yeah. But then since then, I've never been that drunk again because I'm just like, first of all, I don't like it. Because you just miss shit. You know what I mean? Like, you can't remember that night, so what's the point? And then the second time, that just looks fucking stressed. As a club manager or a promoter, you're just like, yeah, I can't hire him again. But luckily, I never lost my gig. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, that can't run again. But yeah, that's the worst I've ever been.
See, with those levels, when there's memory loss, it's one of those ones where once you've recovered the next day, you got to phone people and be like, are we still cool? Or did I say something last night that ended our friendship?
No, I phoned Scott because I had to find out where my stuff was, and then obviously I've texted him later being like, yeah, mate, it was in my house the whole time. He just laughed. And then I texted the club manager because there was no promoter, it was just all in-house. So I texted the club manager and I was like, yo, I'm really sorry about tomorrow. He's like, nah, it's fine, it happens. Because I was a student at the time.
Oh, okay.
So he was like, we get it.
Yeah.
You know, but even he was like, just don't do that. But by this point, I'd been DJing for about 6 months for him anyway, and I've never done that. So he was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I just got a bit carried away or whatever. I blamed him. And obviously, like, it was Darren.
Oh, yeah.
And Darren knew you, so he was like, it's okay, I get it now. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of shifted the blame. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, I don't need
It's
to
funny how mentioning Nick's name is just like an
alleviates
acceptable,
you,
like,
It's
like, oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I know. I get it. We don't need 2 Nick G's. As long as it's the same Nick G doing the foolishness, we know where it's coming from.
Carry over. What's the drunkest you've ever got?
Why do you still answer the phone to me?
What's the drunkest you've ever got DJing?
I can't remember.
All right.
There you go.
I remember there was one time in Glasgow though. That was bad.
Oh, okay.
I actually had that
Memory loss bad or like?
No, like remember you were probably you were with me. What did we do? What did I do?
Where was this? What?
It was in Glasgow. It was Milan.
Milan. Yeah. I
Saturday
remember
night,
those
I think.
days. Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah.
Can't
Those
remember
were some
what it
crazy. Do you know what? Those were the days when.
End up
But I
sick.
can't.
It was
Yeah.
End up sick.
Regardless of special
When I
events.
had, I had a broken hand.
That was a special event.
When I had the broken hand.
Yeah.
And then I was
That was a special
fucking
event.
running around
But
the streets after.
regardless.
Explain why you had the broken hand, Nick.
Nah. I had a broken hand.
Segue.
So that was
But
a
regardless,
situation.
regardless of the broken hand,
Yeah.
the problem with that situation is on arrival, even if it wasn't a special event, like they were doing the bottle service to the DJ booth
Yeah.
straight away.
That was when
What outcome do you
the
expect
thing
to happen?
behind was a table that you could book.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
you
I've
could
ever
book a
been to
table
what,
on the
what
DJ
club
booth.
But that was the most expensive table, so the people who paid the most
Is
were
Milan-
partying with the
is
DJ.
Milan-
They just
still
used to
there?
dump bottles.
Yeah.
Is Milan still a club, or is it
I
called
don't know
something
what
else
it is
now?
now.
I
I've not
don't
been
know
to
why.
Glasgow.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Think.
What happens if you're on a night when someone's booked that table behind the DJ and they think we've booked this, we paid extra money because we're going to be in amongst and literally chilling with the DJ and shit. But you just can't be bothered. It's a day when you've
Fart,
come to
man.
work and you're
That
like,
was, but
just
see, at
fart.
that point when I was DJing,
You will not come
you
forward.
just had to,
because you
but
know.
you had to just get drunk. You just
Ah,
had to do it.
alright,
I mean,
okay.
if you can't beat them, join them.
yeah,
It must
so
be
you got
lit, right? If you go to our table of baddies, and you're just
And you're
there.
just-
And you're just there.
You're just
enjoying
slalom.
playing all the
Usually
ratchet
Rangers
tricks.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they bring
do you know
girls.
what's funny about them, right? They always brought girls, but
Never
they
left
never
them.
spent much.
Nah.
And then it was all the guys who wanted
the
the
players?
approval.
Do you know what?
It was all the guys who wanted the approval
There
of
was
these
one
football players
the only-
who were spending
there was
money.
One footballer that's actually spent money, and
Yeah.
that was the Booth or something like that. What was his name?
Yeah. But he drove like a gold
He had
plated
the
Bentley.
SLR. He
SLR.
was there for like 3 weeks,
Yeah.
There you go.
but he spent money when he was
But
there.
he made the dough fly in that 3 weeks.
And then the rest of them always wanted a free bottle because of who they were. And blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
They never wanted to spend money. And
Yeah.
I mean, I
It's
get
all-
it. I get it because they know what they know they're playing in the SPL, not the EPL.
Yeah.
It's very, very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The-
do you
the
know
tax
what? Though?
bracket is
Off the
different.
strength of being a football player, every
No,
benefit of
off the
spending dough
strength
they're
of-
getting anyway.
Off the strength of being a Rangers or a Celtics player.
Oh yeah,
Let's
okay.
not-
Let's
there ain't
not.
nobody
Young
patting
Carlton beef. Reserve
He's
for
still in a
Carlton
fucking part-time job.
Ain't nobody because
Former
you're not,
by day,
you're not
Carlton
giving,
beef
you're not
football
giving the
player.
goalkeeper of St
Aye.
Mirren the same
Nah.
treatment. You're
Yeah,
not doing it.
true.
It's like, who are you,
Sean
pal?
Buck.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Probably Rangers. Rangers
let's
will still
clarify,
get.
Rangers,
but I mean,
Celtic.
yeah, it's all mad. So like, there's levels to this thing, young fella. You might play in the same league, but you know,
Which, by the way, is not like you should be able to be proud that you play for a team.
Yeah, you're playing
Oh,
on a
100.
professional level.
But
other people don't
society
need to be
wants
proud
you,
either.
like, but you're not a footballer because
We
you
don't
can't do
need
this.
to be
So
proud.
you have to live like you have to somehow, like, well, they probably because they're young guys and they probably feel like I have to sort of be able to show that I can live this sort of level of
Lifestyle,
yeah.
But really, you're on 30 grand a year, mate.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you should just be able to say,
You should just be like,
I
"Hey."
earn £30,000 a year playing
Yeah.
football.
Yeah. Which is
You
what
know
I
mean?
love.
Which
And
is which
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I think they
you
need
should
to
be able
do?
to hold your head high and say that, but
Yeah.
this
Do you know what I
society
think
that
it
we live in,
is?
that doesn't allow
See
it.
when you break it
Because
down.
they're
Make you
not
feel
real
like,
football.
oh,
Yeah, but
yeah,
you see
yeah.
when you break it down on the hourly wage, that's how I would be. Like people will be like, oh, like, you know, maybe like a year or two ago when they're like, oh, when you're gonna get a real job, ha ha ha, you're just a DJ, and I'm like, do you know how much money I make per hour?
per hour. Yeah.
Shut
exactly.
up.
Yeah.
Like, I make more than your whole household per hour.
There's
Don't
people-
talk to me like
Yeah.
that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
all right, it might not be a reputable job or a trade or whatever the case may be, but at the same time, you're working 60 hours a week.
Precisely. So
Can't put
someone
fuel in
who's
your car.
boasting
That's
about
what I mean, yeah. So you're talking about
whatever
trading time
grand
for money.
salary. Yeah.
I trade
Exactly.
a lot less time. For
I'm not
money.
this.
You're
I'm not
working
the same.
8
Yeah.
hours a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you cry yourself to sleep.
And the thing is,
You're working 70 hours a week. You cry yourself to sleep. You complain that you don't spend time with your kids and blah
Yeah,
blah
yeah,
blah.
exactly.
But then you're gonna try bring that. You know
Don't
what
tell
I
me
mean?
because you know what the thing is, people do this thing where it's like, if they're struggling and you're doing better than them, but you're not struggling, they got a problem with it.
Yeah.
So they start like demeaning what you do for a living or whatever. And I'm
Yes.
just like, hold on a minute. Don't get mad at me because your life is boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me because you're not where you want to do. If you
Yeah.
could, you would change
But
positions
people-
with me in a second.
People
Yeah.
are
And
scared.
don't, and because they can't, they'll stand by their guns and be like, "No, I wouldn't. What do you mean? Why would I want to be in the club
Yeah.
all the night?" I'm like, "Big man, if I've seen you in the club once enjoying, trust me, you want to. If you could, you would do that.
Yep.
If you could make a living off of doing what I do, you fucking would.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me
And
about
you
oh,
always
it's
see
not
that.
that. I'm like, no, you would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Christmas time, the one night out a year gang come with that chat of like, I've got this high paying job in corporate or whatever, but the admiration and the way that they look at the DJ, the like, or you know, people in the entertainment industry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is their one night of release where they've built this kind of captivity that they're always complaining about, like. Whatever circumstances, they're stressed, they're this, they're that, all the pressures that come with it. But then the admiration they give people, and they go overboard. So you get people like, not just a money pull up, but I've seen so many instances where someone's trying to get pally with the DJ. But it's like, dude, other than going over there and saying, I want to be your friend, this looks mad corny for you right now.
Alright.
So you've got dudes coming up doing the like, request for dough or whatever, and being like, oh, big man, you know, the big man handshake. Oh, big man. Oh, you're absolutely smashing it. Blah blah.
Shaking man's hand for a good minute. Like,
Yeah. Big man.
I don't need them to play
big man.
to play
Big
the
man.
record.
It's like, dude, just tell him you're feeling the way he's killing it tonight, and you wish you were him. And fuck
Tweet the club, say the DJ
Yeah.
you had tonight.
Just
is
be
on
like,
point.
You
Do
wish
that.
it was. Just say you.
I'll
wish it was
retweet it.
you
I'll say,
in that.
big man, thank you very much. I will. We don't need to be doing face-to-face exchange. You're a stranger to. I don't know you.
It's just like when guys, you know, career guys who've been like, obviously, I'm not talking bad about like flipping people who've whatever path they've pursued, right? But you always get that story of like, oh, could have been a boxer if it wasn't for my knee.
Oh,
could have been a footballer if it wasn't for a belt. And it's like, dude,
Do you know what that
just
is?
be proud and hold what you chose. You chose being the guy at flipping the regional manager, wherever. Just be like, don't be like, I could have been this. No, be like,
You know who
I'm
those
this.
people are, though? There are
Aye.
people that have went, right, okay, so...
But more time, they're smashing it at what they're doing.
But
Still, they're like,
not,
oh.
But it's not potential. They're not...
But what's gonna change?
Most people
Like-
don't... Like, when people say, I fucking hate my job, you don't hate your job. There's nothing wrong with the job.
You probably
You hate
hate
the fact that you gave up on something else, or you're
To do
not
that.
turning up 100%
or,
at that job that you've got.
or you hate the
They hate
you hate the people in
it's
your
internal.
job.
Aye, or you
Or you hate your manager.
You've got
Yeah.
two
That's the
options.
difference.
Fuck off or do better.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really it.
Yeah.
But these people like
It's
I
in
hate
the
Monday.
setting. Yeah,
They
it's
hate-
in
they
the
hate Mondays,
setting
guy.
where, like, say
Why
in
do
the
you
club,
hate
for
Mondays?
example.
It's the only time it's 1 of 5 days a week that you're actually doing something productive.
Imagine.
Saturday and Sunday you're doing fuck all, but you hate Mondays.
It's always in the specific setting of, like, say for example, they're watching a boxing match on TV, like a big matches, and everyone's looking forward to watching it and being like, oh, blah blah. That's when they start chiming in with like, oh, well, you know, I used to do a bit of boxing myself, and yeah. So they're out.
But I'll slap
People
you
are
up now
enjoying.
and show you why you're not a boxer.
But people are out. People are out. People are enjoying, and everyone's just like, "Aye." People are going up to the DJ and just being like, "Yo, what's up, Spuds?" All that. And
I
they're
used
like,
to be a DJ.
Aye.
Get
Now
away from me this minute. Or like when the ones come up
I've
in
got the DJ decks at him. Have you?
Oh, mate.
Bro, you fucking go there.
No. This is the funniest one.
So how long have you been
how come
doing
me
the
and
DJing?
Ben? How come me and Ben? So this is when Ben was DJing at Revolutions, right? Me and Ben are in the DJ booth. I'm chilling. Ben's just spinning tracks or whatever. So it's a relatively low key night.
Yeah.
This guy comes up. For those of you who know Ben, will know how fucking hilarious this is. For those of you listening and watching, this guy comes up to him, looking like he's got more fingers than teeth.
Wow.
Says, "Hi mate, how did you get this gig? Like, cause I'm a DJ also." And Ben's like, "Oh, like I just." So no, he
got
asked
a
me.
full set of
He
teeth.
comes up to me. First of all, I know how to brush my mouth. So he comes up to me and was like, "Oh, you the DJ?" And I'm like, I'm looking at this guy. I'm thinking, "Nope, that's the DJ there." So I've pushed his head. I've kind of stepped in the background and be like, "Yeah, you can take all of this limelight." So he's come up to Ben. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm a DJ also. I'm trying to get my name more about and that. You might have heard of me. I do quite a bit." And he's like, "Oh, what's your name?" DJ Prospect. I cried. I fell over in the back. So he's come up to Ben and says,
Ben?
"I'm DJ
Wow.
Prospect." And he's like, I DJ at Massa and that. I was in the back.
No way.
Bro, I didn't know what to do myself. I'm picking up like chairs and moving them. I've got all this new energy. I felt like I just took a shot of coffee. When I heard him say that, I said, "Raw, people will lie like that." Bearing in mind these times, Ben is the only DJ Prospect in the whole fucking world, right? And this brother has come up with his blacked out teeth. And he had a kappa. He had a kappa cap. I remember he had a kappa cap on.
Yeah.
And this was before kappa was seen as that retro and urban outfit.
This is when it was
This is
now.
when it was like,
Wow.
and it was worn. It was worn. So I'm
paper
thinking to
around
myself,
that.
you really, first of all, you haven't even surveyed the playing field. Like you've not realized that the one name you can't drop here is his name. And then on top of that, big man,
But can I ask you a question?
how do we get here?
When people use that as an in, what are they hoping to achieve? Are they
Alright,
hoping
so
you're going to
what's the
turn
end
around?
game? Yeah.
Are they hoping you're going to turn around and be like, "Oh shit, I owe you everything. You're amazing. Let's be friends."
Weird.
Is that what they want?
So obviously,
Is that-
me and Ben,
The worst case scenario is that they then go, "Okay, well, you're DJing here next Tuesday at 7:00. Turn up."
Or you could just say, all
know what
right,
you
jump
do.
on now. Jump on now. I need to go for a fag break. Jump on.
Yeah, jump on.
And then you come back and, this is a little bit different to my thing. No, you are scud. You know you're scud. You knew you're not. You are not who you say you are. Madness. Or then you get the ones that come up to you. You get the ones that just come up to you and be like, yeah, I used to DJ. Or they pull up with a USB stick.
Oh my god.
They pull up with the USB stick.
God.
And they're like, can I DJ? And it's
I
like,
don't know,
I've brought songs. And I'm just like,
If someone walked up to me at my day job and said, "Gives a shot, big man," like,
there are multiple levels of clearances
like,
that you have to go through.
No.
let me have a go.
Fam, you can't even just pull up to some building site and be like, can I carry
Why?
that brick?
Yeah, can I lay a few bricks, please?
No, you can't. You can't do any of this.
I don't understand it.
What are you gonna do?
know-
Walk up to a traffic attendant.
But it's
I will
only-
take it from here.
It's only DJs that happens to. Nobody fucking walks on
It's
stage
because-
when a band is playing and says, like, "Give me the fucking guitar, big man."
Coming through with their own microphone.
No, but aye, like, right, you fucking go, right.
Mate,
you
it's
go
not
up
fucking
and-
open mic. Chill out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But-
it's only DJs that
Yeah,
happens to. Or they
true.
come and they go fucking play the song. I don't have it.
Would you pull up to
Just
KFC?
fucking search for it.
Are you
No,
going into
that's
McDonald's?
That's not how it fucking works.
Are you going up to McDonald's and saying, let me handle some fries and flip a few burgers?
Yeah.
No, you're not. Stay away.
I've used the fryer in
and
my day,
The
so-
reason they do it is because they want the clout.
Yeah.
They want everyone
Yeah.
to see that they are the DJ. Big man. you
In that
got-
moment where they see other people admiring and enjoying what's going on, they want to be like, yeah, but I want to shine. I want to be the reason for this.
This is why I see when you go to like certain venues and you're playing in certain venues. This is why I don't want certain people in the booth. If I know you, and the thing is, the people that I know that will come in and say hi, they understand and they leave because the party's not in here. The party's out there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get it. Tactical. You come in, you may not say anything to anybody. Just slip through, say what go on to the DJ who's normally like the focal point of the club or whatever. And you know, you might get the eye of a couple girls, or the man they might be like, "Who's that? Why? How does he know the DJ or know the promoter or the bar manager or whatever?" It's like, oh, he must be the guyest of guys. He must be somebody's chat. I get it. From that perspective, I get it.
Yeah.
If I know you, I'm alright with that. If I don't know you and nobody's introducing me to you,
That's a problem.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that ever. Because now you're trying to get clout off my name and you don't know me.
Yeah.
It's a different story.
That's
But like
something
certain
that
people
fucked
will
me
come in and I'm not for
See,
it, bro.
towards the end, it was.
You were ruthless, boy.
I didn't have time for it.
There was times when I witnessed Nick like literally pointing out and telling someone,
Get
fuck out
the
of here.
fuck.
But what, like,
And I was
what the
just
fuck are you doing? I don't know you.
Yeah. And you're coming in trying to do...
You're not with me.
Yeah.
You're not a fucking immediate member of my family.
Yeah.
So can you please fuck off?
Yeah. But you're trying to act and suggest as if, but I know so and so.
Literally, eventually, I did get to the point where I was just like, out.
Yeah.
Unless you could tell me my middle name.
Get the fuck out.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Your middle
I know
name.
his middle name. I don't know if he wants to share it on the platform. I know his middle name.
What's your middle name?
James.
Is it?
See, that's a
Same.
Same. That's a day one.
I didn't know your middle name.
swear
It's
to
your
God,
middle
James.
name, James. as well. Flipping out.
What's Ben's middle name?
Princess. It's solidified now. Benjamin, Princess, Joris.
It's bad.
Nah, it's Joris. It's Joris. His middle name's
We
Joris.
out here just sharing everyone's government.
I know. Just
all over the
his
internet.
national
you know what I mean?
insurance number is
Street
JK.
names,
It's
street
fine.
names have gone out the window.
No,
now
do you know why? Do you know why I like this?
Why?
Because if he never ever brings it up, I know he don't listen.
why?
Fuck you, Joris.
What's going on, people? You're now listening to the Rzning and Seasoning podcast with myself, Ellington.
And me, King Sims,
Make sure you check out new episodes every Friday on Spotify.
and weekly on YouTube.
You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Rzning and Seasoning Podcast.